Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, if you're trying to find a new bank that's actually giving you funding without a personal credit check that's looking at your business profile, then this video is going to help you. Now, the bank we're talking about is M&T Bank. Now, with M&T Bank, it is a regional bank, okay? And I'm going to give you some data points about this so you won't get it misconstrued. But what you're seeing here, these are all the states that it's offering services to, okay? So if you're not in one of these states, what you would have to do, you would have to set up a registered agent. Once you set up a registered agent, then you can apply to open an account with this here bank here. But it is a tier 2 funding for regional, all right? And so I always tell you with tier 2 banks, they're more flexible in terms of giving you a lot more funding than your tier 1 banks. They're not as conservative. So your more conservative banks as a new business with no paydex score, no revenue, and you're going off of stated income, like with American Express, Chase, Citibank, those type of institutions, they are tier 1. Okay, now here's the thing about it. You have to understand about a tier 1, you need at least one tier 1 bank. All right, and so my top 3 of the tier 1 banks that I would tell you to choose between is Chase, Citibank, or Capital One. Okay, you do need one of those because those are the ones that report to most of your business credit bureaus. Okay, now here's the thing about it with the tier 2. A lot of these tier 2, they may only report to one of the business credit bureaus. So they may report to Small Business Financial Exchange, but they don't report to Experian Business, Equifax Business as well. All right, and they may not share with Dun & Bradstreet. However, Dun & Bradstreet will pick that information up from Small Business Financial Exchange, just to be clear on it. But these are the states that they offer in. Now, I want to tell you guys, with looking at M&T Bank, you definitely want to garden a relationship. If you're trying to get a no hard pull or a soft credit pull to get a business credit card, you definitely want to make sure that you are gardening a relationship at least 60 to 90 days. And what that means is making sure you have deposits, all right? That being said, let's look at what it is that I would do. Now, here's some data points that's going to help you with M&T Bank. They're more focused on Experian. They are a FICO 8 scoring institution, okay? So just keep that in mind. Sometimes they may pull your TransUnion, but most of the time, if you can lock your TransUnion, they're going to pull your Experian, okay? Now, that being said, what I would do in terms of gardening a relationship, once I open up the relationship, and I tell you something else that would help you in terms of building a relationship, making sure you're doing like maybe weekly or daily deposits if possible. Now, the cards that you want to go after would probably be your easiest cards you want to go after. See these cards with 0% interest on balance transfers and purchases? These are the cards you want to go after, okay? And I tell people this, the reason is because sometimes they will allow you to liquidate this type of card, all right, on the personal side. Now, these are the personal side cards. We're going to talk about the business side, but I just want to let you know these would be my top cards to go after: the M&T Signature Visa credit card or the M&T Rewards, all right, because of the 0% interest, all right? So that's your first 2 cards you want to go after. Again, the next thing we're looking at with M&T is talking about the business credit cards. Again, with the business credit cards, they more likely won't do a hard pull on your personal credit because, again, you're gardening the relationship. Now, I know some people are asking, well, what about paperwork? Once you garden the relationship and they see that you're making deposits and stuff, it ain't about the paperwork because this is going to be stated income. That's the reason it's important that you open up the personal account and the business account and you just make small deposits into it. Feed the system. Like feed me Seymour type of situation, Little Shop of Horrors, right? You feed it and it grows, right? So they're starting to grow that trust for you. So then what you want to do after you've been there for at least, now let me help you understand something. Like you may have like a 700 plus credit score. But again, because you don't have that business relationship, that's the reason I would tell you, even if you have a great credit score, to at least still guard the relationship for 30 plus days. All right. So again, it's not going to be a hard pull. Again, they may look at your experience business, but it won't be a hard pull on your person when you're going after the business credit card. All right. Now, another thing that they offer that I like, they also offer lines of credit. And as you can see here with the lines of credit, go from 5,000 up to 900. Now, with most lenders, they may want you to be in business for at least 2 years. I always tell people, go for the business credit cards first and utilize the business credit cards for at least 6 to 9 months. Then apply for a business line of credit. You don't want to jump right in and apply for a business line of credit, okay? You don't want to do so. You don't want to apply for a business line of credit right away. You actually want to apply for the business credit cards. Now, for those of you, again, it's experience. Now, for those of you that do have a business, but you haven't opened up the checking account and stuff like that, and you're trying to get funding, and you working like gig economy, then you definitely want to take a look at Fundoo. All right. Now, here's the thing about Fundoo. As you see here with Fundoo, they don't service New York and California residents or businesses. All right. So that's something you need to understand, right? They don't do a hard pull on the credit. All right. So that's a good thing there. Now, the thing about it, you have to understand, because this is more like a merchant cash advance, the interest rates is going to be much higher, but they loan up to 10. Okay. They loan up to 10,000 to you. All right. But you do have to make deposits. The minimum deposit they want you to have is at least 15. All right. So you don't have to be making a whole lot of money in order to qualify with them. All right, so that's the good thing about it. As a matter of fact, so this is basically how it says that you would be approved for the Fundoo account. Simply provide us with some basic information. You get approved, yada, yada, yada. So they try to keep it as simple. And these are the type of businesses and freelancers and contractors they actually loan to. So you see your Uber and Lyft, you see your truckers, your taxi drivers, your contractors, as well as your seller and franchises. So even if you have an online business, they're able to actually loan you some money as well. And again, it has nothing to do with the personal credit. Now, here's the thing I'm going to tell you guys. When you're trying to get 50,000 plus in funding from lending institutions, you need paperwork, okay? Like with that business line of credit from M&T, they may ask you for taxes, or they may want to see that you have proof of income, right? So this is the reason I tell you about the pay stubs. Setting up the account, click the link in the description, set up the account. Then what you do, you have your company cut you a check. You take that check, have it deposited into like M&T if you're trying to build a relationship with them. So now they see there's revenue coming into, you're getting paid from it as well. And then once you cash that check, you can put it back into your bank account to recycle the money. All right. But if you're actually making money and stuff like that, again, making weekly or daily deposits, that's going to help you get access to more funding, because they'll see that you have pay stubs, right? They'll see you have bank statements. This is the type of stuff that they want in order for you to get over that 50,000. All right, so that's the reason that I'm telling you guys this. Now, another lender, again, if you're in the gig economy and you're trying to get financing, and this is GLE Finance, and I talked about this in a separate video, and they loan up to 5,000. No credit requirements, okay? So is there no credit requirements for this? All right, and here's who qualifies for that. All right, so it gives you your app-based freelancers, small business, independent contractors, seller and franchises as well. All right, so in terms of how do you qualify? Again, because they're not looking at the credit. This has nothing to do with your credit, but they do want you to be in business at least 3 months, 90 days, okay, in order for you to qualify with them. All right, now again, because they have nothing to do with credit, that's a great position to be in if you're a gig worker or a contractor and stuff and you're trying to get some quick funding. Now, one other one, if you have at least a 580 credit score, is with Capital One. The Capital One Spark Classic, because all you need is a 580 credit score. So if you are a startup, a contractor, you're in the gig economy, and you need a credit card for your business and stuff like that, this is definitely one of those that you want to take advantage of. All right. Again, the drawback to this is that they do look at the credit. Again, you have to have at least a 580 credit score, and the card does report on the personal and business side. All right. And then one other one to help you out, guys out, is with DreamSpring. Okay. DreamSpring, they offer loans and lines of credit, but you have to have at least a 620 credit score, okay? And because they offer loans and lines of credit, your DTI they usually want your DTI to be under 50%. Now, they pull TransUnion FICO 9. So for those of you that may not know where to get your real credit score, click the link in the description because they pull TransUnion FICO 9. Now, I always tell people, go for the line of credit. They call it the power line of credit, okay? And it's for 24 months revolving up to 50. I always like the revolving lines of credit because you can use it, pay it down, use it, pay it down, and you don't have to keep on applying for it, all right? Now, with DreamSpring, just keep in mind, it does report on the business and personal as well. Okay. Now, if you guys have any other questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.